Here's a play showing how there can be vulnerabilities when you keep the pieces from connecting. Right now, the only play that makes sense for black is to keep white from connecting, but white tries to stay alive by doing this. It's an attempt to stay connected, but there's two cut points which are vulnerable here on the first line. So let's see, if black goes directly at it, white is just going to connect, and once he does that, then the next step will be connecting here, and white is out. So black cannot go directly at it. Black must do a throw-in, a sacrifice. Now when white takes, he's got 1, 2 liberties here because he's taken away one of his own because he's at the edge. So now black does this. White cannot connect because connecting doesn't add any liberty, so these are dead. On the other hand, if black blocks here, white goes here, and black tries to sacrifice and white does not take the sacrifice, we set up a snapback situation where now black does this, and when white takes, black simply snaps back and takes all these. So that's a sharp play based on vulnerability and keeping white from connecting and the edge taking away liberties. Here's an end game play. Right here, white has some territory. White tries to solidify by doing this. So the usual way of doing things, black would come here, that's all routine. White would come here, and black would come here, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spaces. But let's do something not routine. We take here, and because white has a vulnerability here, this is a cut point on the second line that's not defended with one of these. Tiger mouth. So that's a vulnerability, so black could actually do a throw-in, and that's a pretty sharp play because now that's 1 liberty, 1 liberty, 1 liberty, so 3 liberties for this group. Now black could calmly do this because white cannot make any more progress because black will just close it off, and these two are in Atari, so white cannot make progress, and white actually has to connect here, because if he doesn't, then when black comes over here and he connects, he's got 2 liberties, and if black breaks in, white is dead right there. So white has to close it off here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and with the stone taken, that's 7. So white goes here, black goes here, white goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 instead of 8. Plus there was plenty of time for black to do its thing. So let's do the comparison again. Remember, there's a cut point here on the second line, and white tries to go here. Black, normally, routine play would be this, this, and this, and that gives him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's territory. Whereas, because of this vulnerability, when white goes here, if black throws in a sacrifice and white takes it, then black goes over here with plenty of time. White cannot make progress because that will get cut off with a black here and Atari here. Oh, and so when black goes here, white cannot connect, because if he connects, that's still 2 liberties, and one of the cut points right here. See, white is dead. So black cannot go there. So black has to cover here. When he does that, black comes over here, and white has to cover here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So that's a pretty sharp play right there. So what if he does this, and black comes over here, white takes, and black goes over there. White cannot go here because black will go here. Well, I guess white could go here, and then when black goes here, white has to do this to cover. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So instead of 8 points, black gets, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, instead of 8 points for white, white only gets 7, and black did it much more elegantly and with much more initiative, and black is dictating the terms of things by allowing the sacrifice, by thinking ahead and doing this elegant sacrifice play right here. That sacrifice is brilliant because of the first line. Liberties, when white adds to it, it doesn't add any more liberty. In fact, sometimes it takes away liberty when you add on the first line.